Hello everyone and good evening. So something's coming in like really intensely and I want to share this information with you guys because it's probably going to resonate with whoever's going to listen to this video. And so I have a very strict relationship when it comes to my finances, okay? Like everything in life, you guys, is about your relationship and your approach to that energetic exchange to what it is that you're dealing with. Whether it's your relationship to your job, to your lover, to your boss, to your car, to your business, whether it's a relationship with your cat, right? Whatever energy you put into it is what you gotta get back. And so when it comes to finances, like you have to understand, first of all, that money is energy, okay? Like it is an open field source that is available to all of us to tap into, okay? And I'm speaking on this, you guys, because a couple years ago, I was broke. I didn't have a job. I didn't know what I was doing with my life. I had $15,000 on my credit card in debt. And so at that time, I was already looking for support and for guidance, and I was looking for healers and people to coach with, but I couldn't afford anyone. Okay, the very first session that I had with a guide, she was charging $60 an hour. I was working a $15 an hour job at the time. So I paid her $60 to have that session with her because to me, it was gonna be valuable and it was gonna offer me something that I really needed, okay? And so when it comes to money, we have to understand that it's about our relationship to money. And in order to clear the money story, and I like to call it the poverty consciousness, we have to physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually do the work to clear poverty consciousness out of our fields. Like it's in our field, especially if you're born into a family who was living in poverty or is living in poverty, and you're somebody who has higher vision for yourself and the lifestyle you want to live. It is your job and your responsibility to clear those patterns out of your field, okay? And so we do so by starting to build a relationship, first of all, with our self-worth. Because if you think you're worthy of working minimum wage job, then that's exactly what the universe is going to present to you. If you're worthy of $500 an hour, then that's exactly what the universe is going to present to you. So this is about your level of self-worth. And it all goes back into the spiritual path of getting to know who you are and standing in your truth of what you believe, okay? And so a few years ago, I was able to afford somebody only at $60. And how I knew, like, I wanted to level up, I saw a healer who was charging $300 an hour. And I wanted her information. I wanted to hear what she had to say to me because I resonated with her vibe. And so that was my vision. And so I worked myself up to be able to afford $300 an hour session with a person who would bring what value I was looking for at the time, okay? And so for those of you who are looking to get into sacred sexuality and tantra and, you know, all these like pleasure things, but you are also broke, I'm gonna say this and you might not like it, but you don't have a place to be focusing on your sexuality and pleasure and tantra if you're broke. Because right now your roots, the foundation of your being, your root chakra is unbalanced. You're not grounded. And so if you're ungrounded and you're gonna go exploring sexuality and pleasure, like it's just not gonna work well. Although I will say that you can use tantra and pleasure and sexuality to help you manifest abundance. But first you need to work on that root, okay? Do some research, go on YouTube, look up root chakra healing. Look up into mother-father wounds. Look into your money wounds. What beliefs have you been carrying about money and why you can't have enough or why you can't have more than enough, okay? Because it's all in you. It's in your belief pattern, right? And so if you're looking to have tantric experiences with goddesses such as myself, it's going to cost you money. It's going to cost you an energetic exchange, right? Because I've taken the time for the last 10 years to invest into myself, to do the work, to heal, to do the research, to do all the things so that I can stand in my truth and I can assist you and guide you to finding yours. but I'm not doing that for free. Yeah, I have free resources. I'm happy to share educational content on my profile, but I'm not gonna offer my work for free because that's energy exchange. Sometimes I feel generous and I share my work out of like generosity to offer somebody support, but there is still gonna be an exchange, because it's important to understand everything in the universe is an exchange. And the more we evolve and become conscious, and the more we tap into our own gifts, the more we realize that we all have gifts to share. And perhaps long time in the future, we can barter and exchange each other's services. So perhaps you cannot afford my Tantra session, but perhaps you have gifts that I can find valuable that we can exchange and work a deal with, right? You see where I'm going? We are moving into a space of co-creation, right? So there is space for that. But first, you need to get rooted. And being rooted is like the first step to getting to know yourself. Because if you're not rooted, there is no way you can grow your trunk or your branches or expand your leaves and bloom into flowers. Because first, you need to be grounded. And unfortunately, we are living in the matrix where money is part of our experience. Having abundance is a dream for many, many people. But how much is enough and how much do you want depends on you. And there is enough in this world for all of us. There is so much abundance in all its forms all around you. And universe is just waiting to give it to you. But if you're like stuck in your stories about why you're not worthy of it, why you can't have it, then that's exactly the story that you're going to keep repeating and manifesting in your experience. So I'm inviting you to ask yourself, are you carrying stories of limitation and lack? Are you experiencing poverty consciousness, or is it like in your family lineage? Because if it is, you are here to do the work to clear it. So then you can manifest enough resources to do all the things you want to do. Whether it's to come and see me for one of my sessions, or to take that luxurious retreat, or to travel the world, or to buy the house or the car of your dream, or to be able to support your family and give your kids and your wife and whatever family around you what you want to give. Because at heart, a lot of us are givers and we want to give back. Like how I look at it like the pyramid, right? And there's only a few people in the world who control most of the resources, financial resources. They're sitting at the top of this toxic ass pyramid, right? And then so all the resources funnel down. And so how I look at it is I get to make abundance in my life. And so I get to share my abundance with people in my life. I love to support my local body workers. I have 4 people that come to my house to give a massage. I love to pay them more than they ask me because I have the money and I feel generous enough to spread the love, right? So you see what happens is we're tapping into abundance consciousness when we activate our hearts and we walk our truth. Although yes, there are many people who are very abundant in this world and they're super demonic and ego driven, but I'm not focusing on that. I'm focusing on the greater vision for the new earth, for all of us to be prosperous and for all of us to be able to have the experiences and the lifestyles that we want. But we need to do the work to access that. Because if you're limiting yourself, the universe will only show that back to you, right? So before you get into Tantra and sacred sexuality and, hiring expensive coaches, that you want, but you might not be able to afford, right now I'm giving you a free tool to start working on your root chakra. To go on YouTube, type in root chakra healing, root chakra guided meditations, healing the money wound meditation, clearing poverty consciousness meditation. All of that are your tools that are free from me to you, from YouTube to you, from all the other creators to you, so that you can do what you need to do to elevate yourself and to live a greater life. Because you are worthy, you are deserving. And it would be an honor for me to serve you once you are able to afford my sessions, yeah? And so on that note, you guys, that was the message I wanted to share with you today. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye.